welcome back to Vigor. It's your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. I want to remind you all of something, and it's just for your own enjoyment. If you don't know, I do stream this game sometimes. I stream it 4 days out the week. But if you can't make the streams, that's the channel you need to go and subscribe to. Every stream that I do, it will go onto that second channel. And in the future, I plan to stream more games. I do. But for right now, it's Vigor and Vigor only. There are some pretty interesting stuff that happens on stream. Anybody who comes to the stream and watches the videos on here will tell you that there's always something that has to happen. Always. And so, we're going to set off on an adventure into Grontheim Valley. But Jet, what weapon are you going to use? Well, my friend, let me tell you something. Sometimes it's best to mix things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's best to challenge yourself. And so, as I'm pulling up the map, do you notice anything? Oh, you don't? How about now? No? That's right. I have no weapon. Why am I doing this? To challenge myself. I want to see if I can evade like how I used to back in the days. And when I say back in the days, I mean when this game first got started. And you see, my objective is to arm myself. I gotta have a form of offense. Not defense, but offense. Because you see, when you kill somebody with an AUR A1 and they have an ADR 97 on them, it doesn't feel that much like an upgrade. But if you kill somebody with an M1911 and they have a G3 on them, then yeah, you feel like you did something, right? It's that sense of reward that has faded from my recent games. Because honestly, look, all I use is purple weapons, purple suppressed weapons, special issue weapons, well, military grade and special issue suppressed and or non-suppressed weapons. And that's it. The only time I'll use a blue weapon is if it's a gal. That's the only time I'll use a blue weapon. But other than that, I stick to the high tier stuff because, it's the most easiest to use. But there's also skill caps within those weapons as well. For example, the VSS, my favorite weapon in the game. And if you're wondering, Jet, why are you running to the sound of gunshots with no weapon? I'm not. You see, dear viewer, there are things that you can take advantage of in this game. There are concrete things, and then there are abstract things. Concrete things meaning tangible, you can touch them. A time safe, a barred house, a container, or something that you can touch that can distract somebody. But there's also other players that can distract somebody too. And so, with that being said, I got my upgrade. And notice I didn't bring any healing stuff out either. So yeah, I'm playing the game on hard mode. Do I care? I mean, now I do. Because now if I die, I lose a whole SVU, and MP5K. That would suck. So now I want to survive. But check this out. Now that I don't have as much consumables on me, my antibiotics, disinfectant, the whole loadout, I got more room to loot. And so why not push the tempo? Now you see, if I was, like level 4 in the season battle pass, if not played under 50 encounters, I would consider this run to be amazing. And I would take my butt right up the road, turn left, climb the ladder, and go home. As you should if you're a low-level player, right? But seeing as how I have experience with these weapons, might as well see if I still got it in my hands. and the detector gets used. And the detector is right up there on top of that barn. But whoever used it is smart. They're not standing up and watching the detector, right? So it won't be an easy headshot. Now, as I was saying, there are distractions in this game. Things you can touch and things that you can not touch. Things you hear, things you see. Distractions can be transmitters, fake glints, and red dots on the map. Now check this out. I do get a bit paranoid and I don't want to take that bridge because that bridge means death. So across the river. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Whoever's over there, they saw me in the water. What does that tell me? They gotta be on the second, if not the third floor. And they're still shooting at me too. They gotta be on the second floor because there's no way you can shoot at me from the first floor of that barn. At least I think not. And now things get a little bit unfavorable. You see, normally right now I'll pull out my disinfectant and heal myself. But I don't have any. And so this makes me more wary to get into any kind of scuffle. If I want to engage these guys, it gotta be from far away. Because you've seen, number one, the weapons that they are using are inaccurate. And number two, they're in that barn. Still. If they were hunters, they would have came out of that barn and ran after me as I crossed the river. But they're staying in there. Which tells me that they're comfortable where they're at and they don't want to push. Remember, distractions are a thing in this game. And so now, even though my objective says to loot, I am trying my damnedest to find a disinfectant bottle. I would never thought I'd have to say that. But this is all in the name of doing something different, right? And for all of you who suggest, stress tests on the M2 carbine, on the AKM, stuff like that, I thank you. Because you're pushing me to explore the game more. You are pushing me to explore the game more. Now I am pushing myself to get that sense of impending danger around every corner. Because I could take out body armor. I could take out a PSD. I could. But in the eyes of a new player, those things are god tier. But for me, yeah, I got like 34 body armor parts in my house and like 24 detectors. Nothing special. But to a new player, if they kill me and they get one PSD, they're going to run home with it. And honestly, if a new player kills me and they take my stuff, it's like, I hate that happened, but good. Because you never underestimate anybody in this game. Now, you hear that? Doesn't that sound like an LAD-5? And doesn't that sound just like the weapons that fired at me before? Like I said, distractions are a thing in this game. They heard them shooting at me, so now the team who was behind the detector and killed behind the container, and they killed a team that spawned near them, now they're getting into a scuffle with the team across the street. Across the water, I mean. And so, with all that being said, I noticed that my buried cache is literally where those sounds are coming from. I'm not going to make it over there. Granted, if I do make it over there and I have enough time to dig up the loot and I have enough time to sort through it, well, I could take it all and run away, right? But I got to make it over there first. I got to make it over there unseen, without any healing consumables, and I'm already at what, like 85% health? Yeah, it's not working out. That's not the best plan. And I looted where I thought healing stuff was. That store behind me, I thought there were healing stuff in there, but I was wrong. It's okay though. Check here, and chemicals, electronics, and glass, and allowed behind Santa Claus. No one cares about your existence. And now you're going to see me do something here that you can tell I'm bored in the game. You see, there are two people shooting at each other. More than likely the remnants of the two teams that used to be. Right? So, what you're going to see me do here is I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch them. And right about this time, I had me a pack of Skittles to my right. And I opened up the pack, started eating them. And so, I see that one guy right there. And I shoot at him. And yeah, I hit him one time. That's fine. Dance, monkey, dance. And so, I'm instigating a fight. I'm pushing them to fight each other. Remember, when a team gets shot at, they don't think, yo, somebody's shooting at me. They think, yo, it's another team shooting at me. And I have the perfect weapon to do this with. The I can't get off of the VSS. The SVU is suppressed. And I mean, look, these shots are pretty difficult to hit. Especially get a headshot this range with a suppressed weapon. And I'm aiming upwards. Yeah, it's difficult. But you see, I'm just trying to get them to kill each other. Because I do want that cash. But I don't want to shoot too much. Because then somebody's going to run away. But they are pinning each other. And all I'm doing is pushing them out of cover to fight. Or to get shot at least. And yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I did scream like, how the hell did I not hit? But it's okay though. I'm in cover. I'm in safety. I'm in safety. They're fighting over there. I'm pretty much over here just watching them. And remember, the end goal is to get them to move so I can loot that damn cash and get my healing stuff. But as I'm thinking this, that green box at the top of the screen is flashing in my eyes. It's not on your screen, but in my eyes, it's like, if you don't get that damn airdrop and leave. And so that's what I do. I realize now that I'm probably not going to get that cash and leave alive. I'll leave dead, as in I'm going to see darkness and then awaken at my house again, right? But if I try to go for that cash, what's going to happen? Either I'm going to get shot at twice, or I'm going to get shot at once. And remember, I still don't got healing stuff. And so, I'm going to do the sensible thing. I'm going to keep looting. On the way back. Because look, the amount of gunshots that we heard, plus the fact that the detector is behind those two people, that just tells me that their teammates are dead. Because if it's a 1v2 scenario, and yeah, there's a trio here too, so there are definitely 3 airdrops. But in that situation right there, I knew that it was myself and those 2 players. Because in a 1v2 scenario, one person's going to suppress you and the other one's going to rush you. That's how it usually goes, right? To add to that fact, the detector was behind them. Wouldn't a teammate climb up the ladder while the other one keeps the other person pinned and use a detector? Just as a backup to be like, yeah, okay, we can rush this dude, no one else is around. But nobody did that. And so whenever, I know I say you are never safe in Vigor, right? But at the same time too, you can think your way into safety. Relative safety. According to my Discord, if you sit in a jammed area with your jammer, you cannot get detected by the detector. So you are never safe in Vigor, parentheses, unless you hit the detector and it says no signals detected. That's not true either. Scary, I know. Very scary. So, in some sense, you're never safe in Vigor, period. At all. At all. Look. think about this, right? What if you hit the detector and you have a gold crate and a purple crate, all the electronics, all the fuel, and you decide to take an exit? And you hit the transmitter, you hit the detector twice. Run to the exit, get shot at. And you die at the exit. And yes, I leave. And you die at that exit. And you're like, how? But then you see somebody emerge from a bush with a jammer to the right of them. Scary thought. It hasn't happened to me, and I hope it doesn't. Hope and pray it doesn't. But that's a scary thought. But I digress a lot. We went in there with 2 hands and not a single snowball to throw. But just because we used our ears to determine what people are doing, and our body as somewhat bait, I mean, granted, I should have been destroyed in that river. I really should have. But we used other players as a distraction. Now, do you think if I had a weapon, I would have played that any differently? Maybe. Would I have gotten both of those weapons from the container if I had a weapon on me? Probably not. Because I probably would have had a VSS on me, if not a SVU. I mean, if not a SVU. A VSS on me, if not a HBAR-T. But just because I came in with nothing, used my brain, used the fact that those 2 players are fighting each other, and try to get them to kill each other, by me shooting silent rounds at them, and, trying to get them to move out of cover, we came out of that one alive. With 2 special issue weapons. And so it feels that much better that I use my light feet to keep running. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.